Oh, okay. Good day, guys. Welcome. Please, I would really appreciate it if you leave a message in the group if you can hear me. Okay, so you can hear me live and clear. So, welcome once again, guys. I hope we've all had a very blissful week and a great weekend so far. Okay, you can hear me. So today, I'll be looking at Bitcoin golden zone analysis. This is a theory that I kind of made up myself. I don't know if there's someone out there that work with the golden zone analysis, but for this, it's more like a theory, more like an idea I made up for myself. So basically, um, what I look at doing with Bitcoin golden zone analysis is looking for some of the best buying opportunity in history, some of the best time that you can get a buying opportunity for Bitcoin by basically looking at past performance from previous market cycle. Yeah, from previous both bull and bear cycle. Yeah. So we are just going to look at a bit of the last two previous bull cycle. And okay, just a minute. Why is this not loading? Okay, so remember how we do say that um, as traders and technical analysts, what we basically do is to go through historical data and make future projections based on historical events in the market. That is basically what we are going to be doing with this Bitcoin golden zone analysis. It's looking at past market cycle, bulls and bear cycle, how prices react to this market cycle before every Bitcoin halving, as well as market reaction after every Bitcoin halving. So we are basically looking at market build up before and after a bull cycle. And the golden zone golden zone analysis is just going to help you identify some of the best buying opportunities in history. Yeah. So as you all might have noticed from current market situation, it is obvious that we are in a bear market. And even though for most people the bear market is where fear steps in, I don't want it to be the same for us. I don't want the bear market for us to be that time of the market where we are being fearful instead of being greedy. I want to be greedy in the bear market. Yeah. So for me, basically, a bear cycle is that time of every market where you seize the opportunity to position yourself for the next bull cycle. Yeah, you think ahead of time. You think, um, okay, just a minute. Okay, so basically, the bear market, the bear cycle, or whatever. Okay, the bear cycle is basically that time in every market cycle where you position yourself ahead of the herd. Is that time of every market cycle where you think ahead, you look for buying opportunities, you buy both Bitcoin as well as other potential cryptocurrency project that you know could give you significant gains ahead of the next cycle. So right here, my horizontal, the horizontal lines here, um, okay, the horizontal lines here represents Bitcoin halving, historical Bitcoin halving, from, I think this is for 2012, for 2016, and then this for 2020. Now, like I said, we are looking at market build up before a bull market. And if you've been in the crypto, if you've been in the crypto space long enough, then you should be able to know that uh, we usually have bull markets coming immediately. Well, not immediately. We usually have bull markets after a major Bitcoin halving. Yeah. So, and the next Bitcoin halving is going to be in sometime in 2024. I am using this bear market to position myself ahead of that Bitcoin halving and bull market by basically just studying previous um, market cycle. Now, I noticed something from looking at previous market cycle. Now, this is the weekly chart for Bitcoin against US dollar. Now, there's usually a pattern. Immediately after the previous halving, we have prices going up steadily, but not, what's the word? Okay, we have prices going up, but not astronomically like we have it right here. You can see prices going all the way up before coming down. Now, I have, they are basically just two key levels that I look at. Yeah. So after the peak of every market, or before the peak of every market, there's usually this obstruction. There's usually this obstruction after a crazy ballistic rally. Okay. Oh, okay. Now, yeah, there's after this crazy rally up, there's usually some sort of a huge correction to the downside. Yeah, there's usually this huge correction. We had one um in the early 2021, yeah, or somewhere around March 2021, before the market went up to peak in November of 2021 of the same year. Now, this is the 2013 bull cycle. After peaking out around $1,100, you can see prices coming down in December 2012, coming down to this level, yeah, to around $300. So we had prices falling from over $1,000 to just a little below $400 before bouncing back up to above $900 and then $900 per Bitcoin. Yeah. And then it kind of just continue like that up until down here. Now, the golden zone for me is that level after the previous after the December low of a previous cycle. From the past two previous cycles, we've seen that in December we usually have prices nosediving. So where prices bottom out in December of a current cycle before going for a relief rally is where my attention is where the importance is for me. So in 2000 and December of 2013, we had prices coming down to somewhere around $384 per Bitcoin before bouncing back up. And then we had, yeah, please, if you can hear me, I would still appreciate it if you drop a message in the group. I think I got disconnected at some point. Yeah, can you still hear me? I think I was disconnected at some point, but you should be able to hear me now. Okay, okay. So we had prices uh coming to bottom out around one just above $150 per Bitcoin after retesting that December low of around $400. Yeah. So down here between this December low of $400 and the 50% downside, we had prices in that range for quite a while, for over 2 years, up until the build up of this Bitcoin halving. Now, we had similar thing in 2017. Okay. Yeah, we had a similar market build up in 2017 where we had the all-time high around where we had Bitcoin all-time high around 19 to $20,000 depending on the exchange. And then in December 2017, we had prices dropping down to around $11,000 per Bitcoin before bouncing for a relief. Now we had this relief go as high as $17,000 per Bitcoin, and then when this level was eventually broken, we saw prices coming down to around $6,000 per Bitcoin before going back to test that December low of $11,000 per Bitcoin. Yeah. Now, like I said earlier, what we are trying to do with this Bitcoin golden zone analysis, what we're trying to do right here is not to say for a fact how things is going to go in this current market cycle, but to make future projection based on how we've seen prices behave in time past. Yeah. So right from this retest level, we had the retest to 11,700. We saw about 73% downside before prices bottomed out in 2018. So we had over 73% from the retest to this December low to the bottom of the 2017-2018 market cycle. Yeah, and below this December low to where we right here, anywhere below this December low is where we have our golden zone, the best buying opportunity, one of the best opportunity for you to not just hold Bitcoin, but literally any potential cryptocurrency for the long term. Now, in 2020, we saw something similar happened in the market. We had Bitcoin halving in May of the same year, 2020. And then just almost immediately after the Bitcoin halving of 2020, we saw prices shooting up astronomically. From this point, we saw prices just going all the way up, before above $60,000 per Bitcoin. Yeah. Now, the cycle low, the emphasis of this is looking at cycle lows as well as how prices react after breaking the cycle lows. Now, was this in December? No, we had in July 2021, we saw prices falling from this April high of $64,000 per Bitcoin to around that was around $29,000 to $30,000 per Bitcoin, and this level held. Yeah, this level held every time it was tested, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, before going for a relief bounce. Yeah, I like to call it a relief bounce, even though this time around we had our relief bounce to $69,000 per Bitcoin, which is a new all-time high. Yeah, but we saw that relief bounce came in, and then right after it, prices started coming down. Now we've seen prices break below the 30,000 dollar, the 29 to $30,000 cycle low. Yeah, cycle low. And if we are going to judge by what has happened in previous cycle, we could possibly see a relief rally, maybe a slight relief up until this 29, 28, $30,000 level per Bitcoin before possibly seeing the market going to bottom out wherever it is it wants to bottom out. I am looking at between $11,000 to $15,000 per Bitcoin, because that's where we have the next key levels, next key structures, and all of that. But the aim of this analysis, the aim of marking out a golden zone, a key level for Bitcoin, is not to tell where exactly the market is going to bottom out, but to make sure that we are taking advantage of this opportunity. Like I said, the Bitcoin golden zone is historically is the best buying opportunities for any market cycle. In 2013, we had a 59% downside within the golden zone, and over I think a 59% downside after breaking a 59% downside in the golden zone, and over 800% upside after over 7,400%. That is how crazy this is. Over 7,400% after breaking out from this golden zone, from that consolidation. The golden zone is that area where we are likely to see that long-term consolidation for 1 year, for 2 years, before the next Bitcoin halving. Yeah. So the 2013, 2012, 2013, we saw prices below this level, below the December low, for about I think that was from September 2014 till May 2016. That's over a year and a half. So we had prices in this level for over a year and a half, a 59% downside, and over 7,000% after breaking out from this level. Now, similar thing happened in 2017, right after the breakdown, from this breakdown level of December low, of the cycle low, basically, that's cycle low, to markets bottoming out around $3,000 per Bitcoin. Now, if we are going to look by that, we saw about a 73% downside from the 2017 cycle low Okay, so we saw a 73% downside from after this 2017 market cycle, from after the cycle low to just about $3,000 when markets bottom out. And then after breaking out from this level, we saw prices going over, I think over 600%, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, over 500 to 600% from that point to the current all-time high of $69,000 per Bitcoin. That is huge. That's over 600% return on investment if you had bought Bitcoin anywhere within this consolidation. From this point to the next all-time high, it's over 500 to 600%. That is huge. Now, I'm not saying that the same is going to be applicable in this current market. Yeah, but I'm looking at the possibility of if the same thing had happened. Yeah, I'm looking at the possibility of if the same thing would happen. Now, in the previous cycle, we had about 59% down movements from the cycle low, and then we had about 79%. Okay, now at an average, if I'm going to make a projection, now we've seen prices breaking below this July low, the cycle low for the last bull market. We've seen prices breaking below it. And like I said earlier, I said anywhere below anywhere below the cycle low it's a wonderful buying opportunity. Looking at Bitcoin adoption rate, looking at crypto adoption rate, looking at the world population, we have finite supply of Bitcoin, just 21 million with 19 million Bitcoin already mined. Yeah, there's for sure we can see for a fact that Bitcoin and the crypto space and the crypto ecosystem is going to bounce back. This is not the end of Bitcoin. For sure, this is not the end of Bitcoin. This is not the end of cryptocurrency. We are going to bounce back from this bear market, from this market crash. Yeah. So what we want to do as intelligent investors is to position ourselves ahead of this bounce back, get ahead of the herd before the next bull market is going to come in, and then the hype will be back, and then we have new investors, we have people coming in with greed and all of that. The aim is to get in before all of that, noise. Now, looking at what had happened in the previous two cycles, I'm looking at a 50% downside from July low of about $29,000 to $30,000 to market bottoming out somewhere around $15,000 to $11,000 per Bitcoin. Okay, this is not what I meant to do. So I'm looking at a low of around 59%, which is somewhere around $11,000. Now, this is not a financial advice because for sure no one can tell what direction the market is going for sure. But we are looking at historical data. We are trying to make future projection based on what have happened in time past. Yeah. So now, if anything similar to what has happened in the market in the past, Bitcoin going at least 50% from its cycle low once it is broken. If anything of that nature happened, then we are looking at around $11,000 to $15,000 for markets to bottom out. Now, like I said earlier, I am not looking to catch the bottom of this cycle. The aim for me is to position myself ahead of the next bull cycle, is to put myself in place, is to dollar cost average, buy every major correction as we go down, every major sell off, buy every major fear in the market, anywhere within this range. And we've seen prices to hold within this range. Yeah, within this range, we've seen prices staying below the cycle low for about a year and a half before breaking out. So we are looking at a long ride of prices from here. We are looking at till towards ending of next year, ending 2023. Yeah, till towards the end of 2023. Now, for me, I am going to be buying every major correction within this price level, anywhere below $30,000. I am going to be buying every major correction, not just for Bitcoin, but as well for some other cryptocurrency project that I feel like are a potential project that I feel like would survive this bear market. In 2017, 2018, we saw a lot of cryptocurrency projects go into the bear market and never came back alive. Now, I don't want to be investing in a coin, in a token that is just going to go into that is going to go away with the bear market. The aim is to is to look for those tokens, those coins that can survive the bear market, and then set myself in place before the bull market. So if we are going to judge by looking at previous bull cycle, then the next bull market is going to peak out somewhere above $100,000 per Bitcoin. I don't even want to go into that. But buying anywhere below $30,000 is going to be an opportunity of a lifetime if the market, if history were to repeat itself. Yeah, I think that's the word. If history were to repeat itself, then buying anywhere below $29,000 to $30,000 per Bitcoin and then holding for the next holding to the next bull cycle is going to be an opportunity of a lifetime. Trust me, guys, it's going to be an opportunity for a lifetime. So the Bitcoin golden zone analysis, as shown here, you can take your time, look at the charts, do the maths yourself. I'm just trying to make a quick summary so this video don't get too long. Yeah. Now, the Bitcoin golden zone analysis is supposed to help us identify at what point will we be taking a lifetime opportunity. I look at it as a lifetime opportunity, buying within the golden zone. Yeah. So that is it. That is it for today's class. Yeah. If you have any question that you feel like you might want to channel with me, you can drop it in the group. I'll do well to attend to those questions. And like I think some of you might want to ask, what other cryptocurrency token will I be looking forward to buy other than Bitcoin? I'm going to be sharing that in the private group as we proceed. Yeah, I'm going to be sharing that as we proceed. We have a lot of time ahead of us. We are looking at over a 1 to 2 years consolidation, a 1 to 2 years consolidation period. Yeah. So we have a lot of time at hand. At the moment, I have a couple of projects that I am already buying. Yeah, I'm already buying outside Bitcoin. I'll drop that in the group as we proceed. Yeah. Okay, I think someone have a question for me. Okay. This says 1 to 2 years consolidation period, all based on past data. Yeah, it's all 100% based on past data. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, as we know it, is a very young. It's a very how do I put it? It's quite a new asset class. We don't have too much historical data, but by studying what has happened in the past cycles, we can be able to make certain projections ahead of time. Yeah. So there's no certainty backing all of this, but it is simply, I took my time basically to look at the past cycle. Yeah, I took my time basically to look at the past cycle and then just made future projections based on that. Yeah, I'm going to be working with that, whichever way. So, okay, this next question says, is Luna really the one responsible for this bear market, or They just added the bearish cycle, making its potential to last longer. Now, I can't say for a fact that Luna is responsible for the bear market. Now, I would say we were already in a bear market. Well, unofficially, I won't say we were in a bear market, but we were already set for a bear market before the whole thing with Luna came up. So for me, I just look at it that Luna was an excuse to move the market even down, further down. I think that's it for me. I think the whole issue with Terra Luna and all of that, Dokwan and all the rest, was just an excuse for markets to slump further down. That is how I look at the whole thing. Yeah. Is The thing is, every financial market is basically a competition between two sets of people: retail traders and institutional traders, smart traders and I don't want to use the word foolish, but smart traders and investors and the rest and other exactly, that's the word, dumb traders. We have smart and dumb traders. And the thing with trading is that there's a lot of money in every financial industry, and trading any financial market is trading people's fear and greed. Now, what smart investors want to do is capitalize on the fear of dumb traders. Smart investors want to capitalize on the fear of dumb investors to push the prices, to push markets towards a particular direction. So it is more like the market reward you for being smart, yes, but the market doesn't print money. The market doesn't make money from thin air. It has to collect this money from certain market players to give to other market players. It has to be retail traders selling their fears and smart or institutional traders buying these fears. Yeah. So while you have most retails being fearful, the smart ones are actually projecting into the future, looking for opportunities to set themselves ahead of the rest of the market. So I won't say that Luna or Terra Incorporation caused this bear market. I would not say that. But I'll say that was a very valid reason to get the market in the direction that it ought to be. Yeah. And to get to the question, to answer this question that just came in, the question says, so the big boys want it down? I'll say yes. The big boys, the smart boys, the institutions, any name we want to call it, they want to buy your fear. They want to buy my fear. They want you scared and selling off so that they can buy this fear. So I'll say for sure that, yeah, institutions, big boys, smart investors that didn't get into the last bull market as early as they would want to be. They want prices to go down to get their buy orders filled. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This last question is quite interesting, and I'm going. Okay. It says, "What of the rumors that some exchange will fold?" Okay. Yeah. I think you said it right. Now, the truth is that every market cycle I've seen exchanges getting burnt off, we've seen exchanges folding off. So it is not going to be a new thing if we hear of one exchange going down or getting hacked or something. Yeah. So personally, I don't advise anyone to keep the whole of their crypto holdings on exchanges. If you know the thing with cryptocurrencies, you should be able to know that when your assets are in exchanges, they are not completely yours. Yeah, they are not completely yours because you don't have the private keys to that wallet. The private keys is with the exchange. So those assets are not completely yours. Personally, what I recommend is You can put just funds, just whatever it is you are trading actively with on exchanges, and then move the rest of your assets to private wallets that you are the one in possession of the private keys. That is it. Yeah, that is it for me. Okay. So guys, I think this is where we are going to call it a close. Today's class wasn't to give financial advice, it's just to make create an insight as to what could possibly happen in the market. It is not a financial advice. It is not even a fact that this is how things is going to turn out in the market. It is we trying to understand trying to understand market behaviors from past cycles and then making future projections based on these market behaviors. And that is what we have rightfully done here. We'll be sharing more of this with ourselves in the group. But for now, I think this is where we call it a day. You can drop as many questions as you want in the group. I'll be sure to attend to every one of them. So have a lovely weekend and I'll enjoy the rest of your day, and most importantly, enjoy this beer market. Yeah, enjoy this beer market. It's going to be a lot fun. It's going to be so much fun if you can survive this bear market into the next bull cycle. You will be glad you witnessed this bear market if you survive it to the next bull cycle.